This is part 3 of set 1, and our goal is... yup, to top the board exam. Yeah, let's bring it on. Number 51. Which of the following schemes of values integration is used when a school administrator instructs all teachers to integrate values in their subject matter? Total horizontal integration, partial vertical integration, total vertical integration, or partial horizontal integration? What's your answer, teacher? Option A. In option A, values are integrated in all subjects in selected grade or level. In option B, values are integrated in selected subjects in all grades or level. In option C, values are integrated in all subjects in all grades or levels. And in option D, values are integrated in selected subjects in selected grades or level. So what's your answer? The answer here is option C. More details are available on YouTube lectures on strategies and approaches in teaching values education. It's in the last module. Alright. Number 52. Teachers of today should be able to manifest a personality who can act with greater autonomy, judgment, and social responsibility. These qualities can be enhanced by reflective thinking and courageous expression of thoughts and feelings, reading and accessing information more quickly and frequently, frequent interaction with people, readiness to help, independence of mind, critical thinking, and sense of common good. What's your answer, teacher? Let's do parallelism once again in this item. We are looking for autonomy, judgment, and social responsibility. Option A, we have two elements, reflective thinking and courageous expression of thoughts and feelings. Okay, reflective thinking for probably autonomy or judgment. Courageous expression of thoughts and feelings. Could be autonomy. Reading and accessing information in option B, it has to do with IT literacy or skill. Option C, we have social responsibility. It's only one. Interaction with people. And then in option D, we have independence for autonomy, critical thinking for judgment, and sense of common good for social responsibility. So if you answered option D, you got it correctly. Good job! Next number, 53. What tool of measurement is used when we assign quantities or weights in describing the degrees of possession or manifestation of a trait, value, or behavior? Checklist, questionnaire, scale, ranking test. And the answer here is right. It's option C. Scale. Did you get it? Good. Now, next number. Number 54. Mr. Buenaventura plans to obtain detailed information about his students' study habits. What is the best way for him to do this? Interview them about their study habits. Give them a standardized test on study habits. Observe the student's performance in his class. Give them a regular check-up test or quiz. And the answer here is... yup, it's option A. To get more details, the best method or tool is interview. Options B, C, and D will not give Mr. Buenaventura the detailed information he needs. So, he has to use interview. Alright, next number. 55. Which technique best applies when using uniform, consistent procedure in testing? Confounding, reliability, standardization, validity. And the answer here is... did you get it? Good job! When we use uniform, consistent procedure in testing, the best technique to use is standardization. Okay? Number 56. Based on the integral nature of the human person, there are two faculties rooted in every human being. These are the knowing and appetitive faculties. Which of the following sense best exemplify the knowing faculties of the human being? External and internal senses and will. External senses and intellect and will. External and internal senses and intellect. External senses, will, and emotions. What's your answer, teacher? Please remember that intellect with the internal and external senses are under our knowing faculty. And will is under the appetitive faculty. Since will is appetitive faculty, and we are looking for knowing faculties, we should eliminate already the options with appetitive faculty. So will. So we have A, B, D. The only option that remains is option C. So no doubt the answer here is of course option C. So that's what we call the process of elimination. Okay, 56, option C. 57. Which is the most important requirement for a good testing procedure? Test instructions, advanced test preparation of the examiner, testing condition, test instrument. And the answer here is, what's your answer, teacher? Yeah, very good. Test instrument. 57, option D. Number 58. A moral dilemma item asks about what students would do if they found a wallet in the classroom. Regina responded that she would look for the owner because she wants others to do the same for her. Mark would do the same because it is the right thing to do. Which is the best way to score the responses? A. Give Mark and Regina the same score because they chose the same decision. B. Give Mark and Regina the same score because they gave the correct answer. C. Score the responses based on the reason for their decisions. And Mark has the higher score because his decision is consistent with his observed behavior. And what is your answer, teacher? Number 58. The answer here is option C. We score the responses based on the reason because that's where we see the cognitive effort of the students and the way they construct their answers. Okay, it's the reason behind. 58 is letter C. 59. How is the I and thou relationship explained as embodied in the moral law? Two persons may be soulmates. Human being as a person is capable of loving. A human person relates with a lifetime partner. One person idolizes another as his model. What is your answer, teacher? And the answer here is, yeah, it's letter B. Whose argument is it? The I and thou. Okay, it's from Martin Buber. For details, check the lectures on the philosophical foundations of values education. We discussed this. The philosophies and philosophers behind the values education program and curriculum in the Philippines. Okay, 59 is B. 60. Miss Asuncion needs information regarding her students' application of the values they have learned. To do this, she plans to observe her students and note how they behave during the observation period. What is the best evaluation tool that a teacher can use to write down the details of his or her observation on the student's application of values learned? Anecdotal records, checklist, attitude scale, rating scale. The answer here is, yeah, anecdotal records. Mga informal records ni teacher. Whatever he or she observes in the classroom on the students, we write them on our anecdotal records. Okay, next number. What should her values education teacher take note of to validate Nena's claim that she fully internalized the value of integrity? Letter A. The extent of Nena's appreciation of the value of integrity. Nena's manifestation of the value of integrity. The amount of knowledge Nena has about the value of integrity. The consistency of Nena's thoughts, feelings, and actions relevant to integrity. What is your answer, teacher? Yeah? Did you answer letter D? That is the correct answer. If we already internalize a specific value, for example, integrity in this case, it should be manifested in the way we talk, think, or act. In other words, there should be a consistency in the thinking, speaking, and behaving. And that's the answer here. 61 is D. Next number. Mrs. Garcia needs to complete a record of the permanent account of her students' behavior as basis for remedial help later. Which of the evaluation tools serves useful in improving efficiency and in keeping accurate information about her students? A. Questionnaire. B. Observation techniques, rating scale, or interview schedule. What's your answer, teacher? Mrs. Garcia needs a record of her students' behavior. How can she do that? The way the students behave and deal with their classmates. So, the best way to do that is by observation. The answer here is option B. We can't do that using the questionnaire, rating scale, or interview. It has to be observed. Number 63. Mrs. Liban listed the following indicators of respect for others as items in this checklist. Which of these items is not a good indicator of the value of respect for others? Understands the opinions of others. Shows tact in disagreeing with others. Listens while others are talking. Uses po and opo when talking to the elderly. Indicators of respect, which is not? What is your answer, teacher? Yeah, very good. The answer is option A. Options B, C, and D are all indicators of respect. Option A doesn't necessarily show respect. Okay? The answer 63 is A. 64. Mr. Quizon, asawa ni Mrs. Quizon, gave his students a 10-item attitude scale to determine how they stand on the issue of abortion. After scoring the students' responses to the 5-point scale, he determined that Manuel does not hold a position on the issue. What made him arrive at this conclusion? A. Manuel's responses in all the items are in the positive end of the scale. B. Manuel got an average rating of 0. C. Manuel's score fall within the middle category of the scale. D. Manuel strongly disagreed to all items in the scale. And the answer here is, if you don't have a position, the answer is letter C. Did you get it? Being in the middle means having no position, neutral. Okay? Neither agree nor disagree. Number 65. Based on Krathwohl's taxonomy of educational objectives, who among the following is in the highest level of acquisition of the value of love for others? Elsa encourages others to serve the poor. Edgar helps others, especially when requested to do so. Joanne shares the ways a person can show concern for others. Marco always gives to others whenever he finds the chance. And the answer here, teacher, is, if you answered D, you did a great job. Option A is in the organization level. Option B is in the characterization, but there is a statement when requested to do so. So, meaning, not yet fully in the characterization. Option C is also in the organization level. And option D is in the characterization level. Okay? Next number, 66. Which change is brought about by discovery or modernization to increase production? Social change, technological change, societal change, cultural change. And the answer here is, that's good, option B. 66 is option B. 67. What is meant by this statement? In the coming of technology, the computer has replaced to approximate the human thinking process. Fluid intelligence, artificial intelligence, computer of flow chart, insight. What is your answer? If you answered AI, that is correct. Good job, teacher. 67, option B, AI. Number 68. What could be the best reason for referring to media as today? A. Most of the citizens in the country read the newspaper. Media are multisensorial and could stimulate good and bad learning more interestingly and easily. The young have more time for the television and other technology than for their family schooling. D. The television, needless to say, is a better teacher than the school and the home. Oh, wow. And your answer here is... yeah. Media nowadays are multisensorial. It's option B. Number 69. To balance universal and individual orientation, it is important to A. Stay safe between globalization and indigenization. Appreciate contemporary developments that transform our indigenous ways. Put aside globalization as just a strategy of the superpowers. Have an open mind to globalization while preserving one's cultural heritage. Number 69, what is your answer, teacher? Again, we have to make a parallelism. In the question, we have universal and individual. Okay? Universal and individual orientations. So therefore, in the answer, we have to find parallel of universal and individual. Option A, we have globalization. Yep, that's universal. And indigenization. Of course, that is individual. Letter B, contemporary developments, not so clear if it's universal. Indigenous ways, okay, could be individual culture. And option C, put aside globalization as just a strategy of the superpowers. So globalization, that's universal only. And option D, we have globalization and cultural heritage. So that's individual culture and universal. So, and it says more substantial. So between A and D, yeah, it says more substantial content about balance than option A. So the answer here is option D. Good job. Okay. Next number. All of the following describes how technology is affecting us except one, which is the exception. Knowledge explosion, cultural preservation, information overload, techno-stress. And the answer here is... very nice. It's letter B, cultural preservation. All of these, A, C, and D, affect us in our utilization of technology, except for option B. We discussed all of this in ICT, Information Communication Technology lecture, so kindly check that out. The answer here, 70, is option B. 71. Learning is the heartbeat of society in the 21st century. This statement is best illustrated in which of the following? A. With advanced technology, a society that does not encourage its people to use the computers will consequently die. With the letter B, the life of a society is the educated people. C. The growth of a nation depends on how much its people are equipped with learning how to grow. Letter D, leaders of a society should be intelligent enough to make the nation grow. What is your answer, teacher? Learning is the heartbeat of society in the 21st century. In option A, use of computers doesn't determine the death of a society. Remember, before computers came, people were already living peacefully. In option B, it doesn't follow that educated people are the life of a society. Do you agree? Sometimes it's the educated people who cause so much corruption in our society. Matalino eh. Magaling mang-corrupt para silang mga bituin. Corrupt ng corrupt. In option C, if people are equipped not only with knowledge, but the knowledge how to grow, then its nation has more chances of developing. And in option D, yes, we agree that leaders should be intelligent, but our own history shows that intelligence is not enough. To make the nation grow, our leaders should have a strong political will and should symbolize and embody a moral compass for its people. So the most sensible answer here is the option C. Did you get that? Yeah! Awesome! Good job, teacher! Sige lang! Keep pushing! Next number! Which of the strategies should be directly observed to foster accountability? Award of government employees who display integrity. School curricula should be oriented to self-reliance first. Asking for official receipts in business transaction. Encourage growth of self-esteem. So, alin dyan na sa mga strategies ang may should be directly observed to foster accountability. Fostering accountability, pananagutan. The answer we have, what's your answer, teacher? The answer here is option C. If we, the clients and customers, ask for official receipts in our business transactions, we are promoting accountability not on our part, but on the part of the business owners. Paano? Siyempre, mapipilitan silang magbayad ng tamang buwis kasi mayroong resibo ng income nila, yung official receipt. Kaya marami ang nakakalusot sa pagbabayad ng tamang buwis kasi hindi naman nagre-reflect yung income nila sa mga resibo. Bakit? Kasi marami sa atin ang nahihiyang humingi ng official receipt. Feeling natin hassle sa part ng business owners. Magmasid ka sa business establishment or sa mga tindahan at may makikita kang nakapaskil na ask for official receipt. Ngayon, alam mo na kung bakit iniutos ng BIR na humingi tayo ng resibo, ha? Okay? So the answer here is option C. Options A, B, and D should also be observed, but they don't directly foster accountability. 72 is option C. Next number. The human person is an embodied spirit. This means the person's body and soul can never separate. B. The human person is body and soul. The body of a person is also his or her spirit. The spirit of the person is also his or her body. Wait, what's your answer, teacher? Okay, the answer here is very good. That's good. The answer here is option B. Option A is not true. Our spirit leaves the body when we die. Option C is not true. Our body is different from our spirit. And of course, option D is also not true because our spirit is not our body. So, the human person as an embodied spirit means a human person is a union of body and soul. Hylomorphism. Number 74. Pakikipagkapwa-tao is one of the strengths of the Filipino character. This is manifested in all the following items except in one, which is the exception. Moral strength or fortitude. Solicitous concern for others. Sensitivity to people's feeling. Sense of gratitude. One of our impressive Filipino values is pakikipagkapwa-tao. How do you translate that in English? At ito ay naipapakita natin sa option A o option B sa ating pakialam. Ang sabi sa option B, punta muna ako sa option B. Sabi sa option B, sa ating pakialam at pagdamay sa iba kahit hindi natin kaano-ano, solicitous concern for others. Option C, pagiging sensitibo sa damdamin ng iba. Option D, sa ating pasasalamat o pagpapasalamat. So maliban sa option A, ang ipinamamalas natin sa option A ay ang ating pagiging optimistic, hard work and industry, or our ability to survive and our flexibility and adaptability. So, the answer here is option A. So, because B and C and D, they all manifest our pakikipagkapwa-tao. Number 75. The scope of values education in the secondary level includes 4 areas of focus. Which one contains all the 4 areas? God, community, family, self. God, self, others, community, and world. Self, countrymen, nation, world. Self, family, others, community. And the answer here is... wow! Yeah, it's option B. That's good. The answer here is option B. 75, option B. Did you get it? How many scores did you get, teacher, in this part? Kindly comment your score. 25 over 25. That is impressive. 25 over 25. So just comment it sa comment section. I would love to see that. Okay, thank you. And this is the part 3 of our set 1. See you in the next video.